everyone, and welcome to another high-low game of Age of Empires today. You don't have to be Nostradamus to predict that we're going to see at least a few camel units as the Viper, playing as the Saracens in yellow, gets ready to take on Valas, playing as the Berbers in purple. Now the players heard their herdables explore their immediate surroundings along the edge of flat earth and otherwise, and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age ASAP. Not a bad time for us to take a look at the Civ matchup that we are going to be watching today. The Saracens, a civilization whose strong market can be used to gain an early to mid-game advantage over their opponents. To start with the market itself, the building only costs 75 wood, not 175, and their commodity trading fee is fixed right at 5% from the very beginning of the game, which is significantly lower than the 30% that other civilizations have to pay early on when they, for example, buy food to go up to castle. Now, using this economic advantage, the Saracens can field quite a hard-hitting, tanky army. Their foot archers come with an attack bonus against buildings, which makes their Feudal Age aggression a little bit scarier than normal. Their camels come with 25% more HP. Their trebs, their mangonels, their onagers can all be upgraded to increase their attack. And their unique unit, the Mameluke, is a ranged melee camel unit that comes with a pretty darn big attack bonus against cavalry. Might be bad news bears for our Berber here. Now, if it sometimes happens in Age of Empires, your units find themselves injured after a battle, their HP is not exactly at 100%, well, Saracen monks can be upgraded to automatically and passively heal multiple units nearby simultaneously at a ridiculous rate of 75 HP per minute. Now, who might want to reduce the HP of some Saracen units? Let's take a look at Valas, playing as the Berbers on the right side of the map, a civilization that pushes its players into the 4 welcoming legs of mounted units. All Berber stable units are 15% cheaper in the Castle Age, 20% cheaper in Imperial, which makes their Hussars super duper trash units. Their camel units can be upgraded to regenerate HP, and their castles can be upgraded to work faster, both of which benefit their first unique unit, the Camel Archer. This is a mounted archer unit with a good amount of HP, great speed, and an attack bonus against cavalry archers. Now, starting in the Castle Age, the Berbers can also start training a second unique unit, the Genitor. Think of this as a mounted skirmisher that comes with more HP, less range, and does cost a bit more food because, like all units in this game, if there's a horse involved, well, they're not anorexic horses. They need to eat, and so you have to pay a little bit more food to train them. That help get your economy up and running ASAP. Berber villagers currently in the Dark Age move 5% faster than normal. If I highlight one, you'll see movement speed 0.84 compared to the usual 0.8. And once you hit feudal, that goes up to 10% faster and stays at 10% faster in castle and in imperial. So 2 fun civs, 2 fantastic players. Let's remove our blinders and see where things are on the map. Has the Viper not seen? Yeah, he has seen his gobbles. Where is his deer pushing scout? There he is. I'm assuming after the deer have been pushed and the local wildlife has been depopulated, the yellow Saracen will just be heading, okay, maybe not. Maybe he thinks there's more deer here. We know there aren't. Okay, well, leaving a couple of geese exposed, I guess, or pardon me, turkeys exposed. Oh, all right, in the middle of the map. We've seen the Viper plant a fishing industry on Arabia, a map that is not exactly known for its water. And right here, we've got a big lake for Arabia, I would say. Probably this is usually, I'm not going to say what this looks like. If you tilt your head to the right, it looks like something. If you tilt your head to the left, it looks like the letter T. These are pretty large lakes for Arabia. I feel like you could fit 2 docks on some of these lakes, including the middle one. Maybe once you finish the shorefish here and then here. Then you have the usual center relic, the attack path between the 2 bases. Let's zoom out and see a pretty darn open A to B. Okay, all right, well, we'll see how that all works out. The Viper's got 3 forests to the back, both players heading up to the next age. Valas off the back of 1 less villagers, both with 0 TC idle time. Fantastic. Primary gold to the south, primary stone to the north, extra gold and stone in the forward position, although kind of on the flanks of the attack path between the 2 players, and then extra gold to the back. Viper spawning in a corner position does have an extra rear forest. Valas also kind of spawning in the rear position has a number 1, 2, 3 extra forests in the rear. Okay, that's not bad at all. primary gold also to the bottom of the base. Stone a little bit forward, extra gold, both of them forward. But again, like the Vipers, one of them is on the flank. One of them, though, is right on the attack path. And so we'll see how well he can mine that gold. I saw an extra stone to the back, which is nice. The Viper, FYI, has seen his opponent, has run through his base, has seen the barracks. As Valas discovered, just now discovers the barracks, the bushes, and we'll see whether he dives in or not. Forests for our Berber, a little bit better placed. I mean, two of them are kind of in the forward position, one to the rear, so a nice little triangle shape. 1, 2, 3, go your wall offs, whereas the Vipers forward portion completely open. Our Saracen already beginning a wall off to the south, having probably seen the Berber scout. And what is he doing? He is going eco upgrades. Okay, double bit axe, horse collar, get those farms a little juicier, get those lumberjacks a little more muscular. In the meantime, also training some scout cavalry, both players, 21 villagers. Both players continue with 0 TC idle time. I mean, that's fantastic. Usually at the 10-minute mark, you see a second, 3 second, assuming you're not playing the Chinese or the Huns, for example, then you see usually a bit more, but both players walling off with a spearman to the south. Viper already has a very aggressive spearman here to the north as he chases away Valas' scout. Shoot, get the hell out of here. Bad scout, bad scout. I love it when the players do the buddy system. I am not going to go into my rant about strange men in minivans handing out candy to children. Whether or not that was ill-advised, who knows? But I love when the players do the buddy system. And that basically means these villagers cannot be attacked by the scout. With 40 HP, a scout thinks twice about attacking villagers. But when they're teamed up with friends, there's definitely no chance that one scout will do any kind of attacking. That being said, 3 scouts, that is a different story. So far, kill count 0 to 0, but look at the HP difference. Oh my goodness, 50 HP down. That's basically an entire scout's worth of HP that Valas is down right now. And he is not the Georgians. He does not regenerate his HP, so he's going to have to return home half dead, basically, as the Viper continues his wall off. Both players actually continuing their wall off. Spearman might want to get relocated. Not really useful down there anymore, especially since you've seen your opponent has so many cavalry units all heading your way, FYI. That maybe you didn't see with your one spotting house. You're definitely going to discover it with your scouts. Yep. Don't see the 5th one, though. Oh, we see that on our radar system. Beep, 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 beep. I don't know what the hell that was. That was more of a sonar system, I guess, from like a submarine movie, from the Hunt for the Red October. Okay. Valas doing what Valas needs to be doing, which is getting his opponent the hell away from his base while he repositions his spearman. Hopefully this is the guy from the south. Yeah, it is. There is a second spearman somewhere, usually near the bushes. Where is that second spearman? I'm just going to click the number 2 here. Oh, he's all the way up here. Okay, so protecting the forest and the bush. For now, no player getting any kind of action, but it is the Viper who gets the first kill of the game, the second kill, and loses a scout of his own. No surprise there that it was 2 to 1, given the absolute terrible HP, but Valas pops out a little bit of a surprise for our Saracen as a bunch of scouts jump out of not this house. Not sure why I clicked that, but the stable. Tinkle, 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 what I love to see. I know people hate it. It's about as bad as watching Skirmisher Wars, but man, oh man, is it funny. Will they commit to it? Will they get one kill? Will somebody die here? Looks like the Viper takes the W. And now this 3 HP Spearman. We'll see how much damage he can get done. Maybe not a whole lot as he retreats home. Okay. Now Valas also not super confident that his army of 5 scouts can accomplish very much. Look at the Viper's HP now. Those 3 on the right are basically dead. So how the turntables have turned, to quote the great Michael Scott. And Valas's army, despite having 1 less unit, actually has 20 more HP, although maybe not for long with Bloodlines 28 seconds away. Oh, I mean, some games, it takes a while for the action to start. The players wall, especially when the players wall themselves in like this, you kind of wonder, what's the point of the wall? And are you expecting aggression? Do you want to put on aggression while keeping yourself safe from Harris-style backlashes? What is the point? And so far, the point has been, hey, let's just all get real aggressive with it. Our Berber, by the way, fully walling himself in. The Viper still has a bit of a funnel shape. And where, oh, where is that scout with 3 HP, or spearman, pardon me? I think Valas is on the high ground here. The outcome of the battle certainly dictated it. Both have bloodlines now. Are you the man with the 3 HP? No. I'm here to see a man with 3 HP. Oh, he's inside the TC. Okay. As the Viper clicks up to the Castle Age, our Berber presses in. Might catch a villager. No, those villagers are defending themselves. I saw a bit of a sword being whipped out as the Viper tries to block, tries to pull these scouts into TC fire. But where are they going? There is a juicy lumberjack line. A few spearmen. Oh, this guy with a 3 HP. Now he's up to 10. Ooh, okay. Valas is not really going to find too much here. Oh, he sees the gate. Is the Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now this is... the Viper even lets his own units out. Says, you know what? I think 2 spearmen, even one is dead, as this guy with 10 HP is enough. And he absolutely... Viper. I mean, at this point, vipering is a verb. It's gotta be, right? He vipers his opponent. His opponent tries to bust his way out. At this point, just attack the spearman. If you kill this guy without losing a unit, then you might actually be able to kill the other one, and then you can bust your way out. But if you just keep running around, taking 18 HP of damage every time the spearman closes, that is not good news. What's going on this side? Looks like a couple of kills. Looks like very weak scouts heading to this side of the map. 16 HP. I mean, a stiff breeze could kill those 2 units. Let's keep an eye on those. Or maybe not, as they turn right around. See, now you're in trouble. Now there's 3 spearmen. Now you absolutely can do nothing, even if you upgrade these to light cav, which I kind of feel like our Berber wants to do. Maybe, right? I mean, what other reason is he keeping these alive except for the next 20 seconds hitting castle, then researching light cavalry? He's got the resources for it. Not exactly an expensive upgrade, but he missed an opportunity, did Valas, to at least get 2 spearmen. I mean, you know you're going to lose these units. No, it's wheelbarrow. Oh, well, there we go. Well, so I'm glad, first of all, that we see a camel, because with my cocky intro, you don't have to be a soothsayer to realize that there's going to be camels here. Okay, he ultimately did get that weak spearman, but then basically lost all of the scouts. He could have killed 1 extra spearman. Whether or not that would have made a huge difference, who knows? I'm glad we're seeing a camel unit. Actually, we're seeing 6 camel units versus 4. So, well, there we go. I'm glad I did not make a fool of myself. Although the night is young, the video is just beginning, I hope. And there's plenty of time for yours truly to embarrass himself with pretty wrong calls, calling units by the wrong name, looking at the wrong players as I call other players' names. For now, both are going up to 3 TCs. The Viper with 1 already up and running is ahead a few villagers. Nothing to write home about. Husbandry for our Berber. Okay, so he's going to commit to the camels. And phew, I'm really glad we're seeing camels, because otherwise that intro would have... I would have to maybe re-recorded that intro. No husbandry for the Viper. Husbandry just completing now for these camels. Hut, 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 as they crash into one another. So, on the one hand, we've got camels naturally with 25% more HP, 100, plus another 25, plus another 20 for bloodlines, versus Berber camels that, to be fair, with bloodlines do have 120, but they need to pay for their special feature. It is not free of charge. It's like the annoyance of the Hunnic or the Gothic bonus of being able to train your unique unit out of the barracks. You have to pay for that privilege. And then along come the Italians and are like, hold my, I don't know, hold my Chianti. What do they drink instead of beer? Hold my espresso. And then they just are able to do it for free. That's the battle we're seeing right now. One civ whose camel features are free and automatic. One who has to pay for them. Monks doing what monks do, which is try to convert, try to stay alive after they convert, and then heal the units. And the players disengage. 14 kills to 8. Man, that was a bit of a sour loss here. And now the Viper's base looks kind of like an arena base. Still, by the way, not fully walled in. Okay, at least he's got villagers on stone. 12 of them to the 6 of his Berber opponent, who is mining stone not in the back, but in fact in the front. Viper sends in yet another scout, this time fully healthy. Actually, 2 scouts, 1 to the north. 1 HP. 1 HP. And he's going to run faster. Oh, it's around. I'm glad we caught that because, you know, big battles in Age of Empires. 1 HP versus a scimitar that does a whole bunch of damage. And there's the Saracen castle first to go up. No surprise there with 12 villagers on stone to your opponent's 6. Villager count. The Viper is actually, well, you know what? By the time I finished that sentence, he was at 58. Now he's at 61, which makes him on par. Of course, by the time I finished that sentence, our Berber added 2 more. So this can drive you insane trying to keep up with the villager count. Our Saracen is bringing home his first relic. Our Berber already has 2. Has he seen the other ones on the map? He has not. So he definitely has not seen the one super close to his base. He's got, looks like, a camel unit exploring. Where, oh, where is the 5th relic? Either the Viper or the Berber is returning home with it. There's the 1 relic. No, it is the Viper who's returning home. So we're going to see 2 relics to 2. Has he seen him? Obviously has with that scout. So he knows where this relic is. The question is, how much is he going to commit to it? Is it even a primary objective for our Saracen? Probably should be. The Saracens are not exactly a cheap civilization. If you can deprive them of gold, it's like starving a fire of oxygen. They will not be able to compete beyond a certain point in the game. Whereas the Berber right now, paying 15% less for his camels, is pretty darn good. Mamelukes. Now, I said we were going to see camels. I did not expect Mamelukes. Their bonuses against cavalry. Okay. To be fair, they are a melee attack, and camels notoriously have very bad armor of all kinds, including melee. Oh, there we go. It is, in fact, the Viper who pinches the 5th relic. Now, Berber can't be too upset about that. He hasn't even seen. What he has seen is a bunch of Mamelukes and camel riders. 14 camel units for our yellow Saracen. 19 for our purple Berber, who, to be fair, needs to get a castle up ASAP. And the Viper, he's going for more stone, so he's going to go for more castles, which means more Mamelukes. Look, I'm never going to say no to Mamelukes. I'm just not too sure they're the right unit here, because as different as this camel does appear, it still is a camel unit, and camels do have camel bonus damage, +5. Oh, you're so close to the, oh, there we go, to the quarry. Go kill yourself some villagers. And it looks like the Viper possibly overextended. Oh my goodness, villager count is the same, but he's down. His army count's at 1/3, and he traps them in again. Whenever you charge into the Viper's base, you had better be prepared to lose whatever units you send in, because this is just so gross at this point. Now, do I think the Viper can capitalize on this? Probably not. He's got 1 TC, and his house is going to go down. The camels are going to escape, but wow. What a funny move. What a fun move. What a fantastic move. So the camel, the Mameluke, to be fair, when it's elite, was brought to my attention that they do bonus damage against other Mamelukes. 3 of them just got converted, but they're not elite, I don't think, since the players are still in the Castle Age. And now Purple's thieving the stone with an aggressive castle here. The Viper catches wind of it. Castle canceled, castle replaced up on the hill. What is this big square university? No, it is a market. The Berber just now getting a market. Saracen Castle completes first. A couple of silly villagers. Oh, the healing on the villagers saved her ass. That was fantastic. But a band of Mamelukes heading east. Both players heading up to Imperial. The Viper will hit it first, about 40 seconds ahead of his opponent. We'll see if he can capitalize. This guy did not get the memo that there is no longer a relic here to guard, and the Mamelukes, will they see the TC? They're so close. Oh, they're so close. Okay, now it's Valas' turn to create a little bit of a wall off, but unlike his camel riders, these Mamelukes, number 1, have range, and number 2 can just duck underneath the TC. So not too sure what the point of that was. Okay. Maybe the point was just to keep those Mamelukes there until the camel riders could catch up. The camel rider is technically faster than the 1.54 speed of the Mameluke. Damn you, mining camp. So this is basically a no man's land right here. This is a no-go zone. Unless purple mines from right here. Maybe you can send 3 or 4 villagers, or maybe not. The line goes right through the stone. I don't know, actually, if you can safely mine these two patches of stone here. What I do know is that the longer this game goes on, the more Mamelukes we're seeing. The more Mamelukes we see, the more camel riders our opponent's going to have. Again, these come with no bonuses, but if he commits the Viper, they are a powerful ranged unit. They attack capped out at a 14. And again, camel riders have 0/0 armor, and at most will have 3 melee. So 11 damage by each one. Attack speed is the same of 2 seconds. That being said, if Valas can actually close on these units, then it will be bad news bears for the Mamelukes, because these camel riders do come with that +5 attack bonus. Jumps up when they become heavies. I'm assuming we're going to get to see heavies. I'm assuming we're going to get to see a lot of things, which sometimes does not work out. And this is what the Mamelukes excel at. They're so fast. They attack so nicely. They attack so fast as well. And Valas? Okay, a missed opportunity to kill a few Mamelukes. Leaving it to the monks to get absolutely nothing done. Not a single conversion in exchange for 3 mammies. And speaking of mammies, we've got ourselves the elite en route. We've got another armor upgrade for them. Converted Mameluke sent to destroy his former housing. I used to live here, but now I no longer do. And the Viper spit roasting this one Berber castle. Tell me you got Maghrebi camels. Tell me you've got Casbah. Well, I guess you don't really need Casbah. Pardon me, that was a silly comment. What he is going for is heavy camel riders. So maybe that's why Valas is so hesitant, so shy to take an engagement. The Viper really trying to hug this castle, really abusing the fact that there's no murder holes right now. But eventually does run away with 133 HP. The Mameluke can take a pretty good pounding from a castle here and there. Valas sacrificing a small band of camels. They will not even get this treb because, hey, camels suck at killing anything but other cavalry or camel units, unless they come with features like the Hindustanis, for example. And we're seeing Bamaristan. Okay, the Viper. His monks are going to heal units within a 5-tile radius by 75 HP per minute, which means just basically a minute and a half to heal a Mameluke. Oh my god, they're just destroying everything. And here we go. Valas waited. Valas has his camels a minute and a half away from Blast Furnace. I was talking about the Magyars yesterday, how incredible they are for having the Blast Furnace upgrade available immediately, whereas the Valas, the Berber, the Valas, has to wait a minute 40 seconds for that upgrade. And now we're seeing it in action. Imagine having a +2 attack. There would be a lot more yellow bodies here than purple. Viper did lose a treb to the north. He has 1 treb to the south being guarded, jealously repaired professionally by those villagers. High ground castle for our Berber means it does take less damage, and now he's also adding masonry. Okay, well, it's going to take less damage. It's going to be chunkier. Both players building up their camel counts. Jaguar springs into action. Very aggressive outpost here as the Viper's villager walks to place his own outpost. Castle down, the camels move in, but the Viper knew the castle would fall and preemptively walled in his treb. Only 1 tile here. And if ever you have to shove into 1 tile against the Viper, do not. Do not. Now look at the Mameluke's HP. Well, first of all, it's perfect. The monks need to move a little bit more forward. Now, I don't think it stacks Bamaristan. I think you just have 1 monk who does the passive healing, which, by the way, works at the same time as if you do active healing. And oh, that healing is coming in super handy as Valas just absolutely smashes his face into a wall and gets almost nothing accomplished. He killed 3 Mamelukes there in exchange for, what, 2/3 of his army? But maybe it was all a distraction as his camels are raiding the farming community of the Saracen. And again, if you can starve the Saracen of resources and take the Viper down to double-digit villagers, 91 villagers to 129, maybe that is the name of the game here. But we're also mixing in infantry. Okay, pikemen for the Saracens. They're going to help against the camels. A good move, not a bad move there. A bit of a trash unit. No halberdiers for them, but pikemen versus camel should do quite well. Couple of camels to the back. And the map is on fire. As funny as a purple-yellow fire might be, it is still a fire. Valas is chasing villagers to the north. He's killing, pardon me, in the center. He's killing villagers to the north. He's bringing even more camels to bear in the center. But now you got pikemen. Now you got pikemen with plus 18 against camels. But Valas has the high ground. High ground, blast furnace, fully upgraded heavy camels. Tell me he's got McGrabby. No, they're still not regenerating. To be fair, 15 HP I think is what they regenerate per minute, which is not bad if you've got 32 camels. That's 450 HP regenerated per minute. That's basically 3 camels per minute that are being added to your army, which is a pretty bonkers. Sometimes these stats don't seem very impressive. You know, 15 HP. The Bamaristan is definitely 75 HP per minute is bonkers. And by the way, the Viper needs a Bamaristan monk right now, to heal all these Mamluks. They're down 800 HP. 15 HP doesn't sound so impressive until you're like, oh, hey, wait a second. I have 35. Pardon me. I have 40 camel riders. That is, what is that? 600 HP per minute on my army. That is 4 camels worth of HP being added again and again and again. And it looks like the pikemen did do their jobs, killed the camels, paved the way for some quarry miners, but sneaky stable number 1. Sneaky stable number 2, 3, 4. Yes, yours truly can count. Will the Vipers see it? Now, this would be a great place to start pumping out Hussars, even though the Mamelukes will absolutely demolish those Hussars in the blink of an eye. 2 monks finally being added, and the Viper is hugging, caressing, gently rubbing up against, in a very non-sexual way, this monastery, hoping for that monk to pump out, to come out of his training, out of his Zoom call that he's on, as he gets accredited to become a monk in Age of Empires, and so that he can start healing. And I really do want to see that HP. I'm going to keep my mouse clicked on it. Okay, there he is. Look at the HP going up. 3.8. Look at that. Just look at it go up. It's insane. 75 HP on each single unit per minute, which means by the time I finish this sentence, if that monk is still around them, he is definitely going to be, and look at that, he's 10% away from being fully healthy. This area has been discovered. The Mamelukes move forward, kill the constructing villagers, so not too much. Oh yeah, definitely light cav. Look, I said you could start spamming Hussars. The Mamelukes were going to kill them. As a distractionary measure, this guy destroyed all the houses. And I'm just chilling here. Okay. Well, 1 army supply caught there. 3 army supply caught killing a stable. And camel archers are now added to the menu. Not quite fully upgraded. Still need the elite, still need the last armor upgrade, but they are pressing in, and together with their DPS, that 7 range that they have, the Mamelukes have to retreat. Their range, the big weakness of Mamelukes is their absolute dog shit range. 3 tiles. By the way, it looks like the monk has died, and so no more 75 HP regeneration per minute. Valas also is taking control of the map. Fantastic. Look at the mini map. The Viper has almost no presence. There's almost no yellow anywhere out on the map. And now building by building by building, he's destroying. Yeah, Valas is in a fantastic spot. The Viper is in a real spot of trouble here. Like I said, the Saracens, not a cheap civilization. Not exactly the Britons I like to compare them to all the time with their cheaper units. And no more relics as well. Oh no. The Viper is in serious amounts of trouble here, and there we go. At least Casbah. Why Casbah before McGrabby camels? Did he already? Oh, pardon me, he already got McGrabby camels. Okay. I could have just clicked on a unit, seen the 15 heart plus. And now the Viper is in trouble. You cannot engage into these camel rider archers, pardon me. They move at the same speed, but they have 7 range to your 3. They can bob and weave and dive and dip and duck and dodge all the live long day and take your army out piece by piece by piece. And the Viper's base is full of purple dots. That wall off he created earlier, funny as it is, still stands. Light cav are running amok. They are fully upgraded, since they do benefit from all the same upgrades that the camels benefited from. One last farmer here bites the dust. To be fair, Valas's micro here is Questionable. He is killing a lot, but there's a bunch of purple dead camel archers that did not need to die there. As he continues to press in, Trebs demolishing TCs, pikemen being brought south. A monk finally arrives, but look at the Vipers. 0 villagers on gold, 0 villagers on stone. He's got 2 more Mamelukes, 5 more Mamelukes training, and that is the remainder of his gold. Mamelukes are so expensive. 85 gold makes them the most expensive gold unit, unique unit, I believe, in the game, tied with the war elephants and ballista elephants, and it is a well worth expenditure. Unfortunately, that trumpeting sound, that menu that pops up that says Valas is victorious, means that even though it might have been a worthwhile expenditure, unfortunately, the Viper just didn't have enough to expend on those monks. And even though he's still got 2 castles left, his entire base has been gutted. And wow, the Berber, after basically just kind of running around with his camel army here and there, not really engaging. I mean, that moment when the Viper pressed in with some Mamelukes here and Valas just ran right past them was very concerning. But at the end of the day, despite losing an outpost and about to lose a stable, despite losing those sneaky stables here, Valas just push, oh my goodness, punches through the center, pushes through the center, penetrates the center, whatever word that starts with the letter P you want to choose, into the center. And with the transition to camel archers was just fantastic. Again, their attack speed is not a 2. They're at a 1.7 right now, and they are much faster. The range is better, and it's not a bad attack. It's a 12, which for a mounted archer unit isn't bad at all. Now, it used to be that Mamelukes came with cavalry archer armor, which made them very susceptible to a whole bunch of cavalry archer counters, including the camel archers plus 6 attack against cavalry archers. But they don't do that anymore. But still, a 12 attack against their 4 melee, 8 damage, which means, what do we got here? 21 is enough to one-shot a Mameluke. And now now our and even more streaming in. Now he's in trouble. And with the upgrades, the Casbah upgrade, especially the Maghrebi Camels upgrade, which, to be fair, I wanted to see a lot earlier. I'm glad that my intro came true, that I don't look like a complete fool, and that we saw endless amounts of camel units. Speaking of endless numbers of camel units, 84 Mamelukes. This is the power of the Mameluke. The Viper actually has so many more military kills, and he wasn't fighting trash. He wasn't fighting skirmishers and spearmen the entire game. He was fighting other camels, sure, some light cav and some scouts, mostly towards the end of the game, but 84 Mamelukes, he has a higher kill count. And FYI, Valas has 100 villager kills, which is insane, very impressive. But that means he only killed 146 military, whereas the Viper killed 239. So almost 100 more military kills with these Mamelukes and these pikemen, although probably mostly the Mamelukes who got the job done. Just shows you how powerful this unit is. Valas with 146 camels, bringing in the 53 camel archers to support hero level APM towards the end for the Viper. Not so hero level APM for Valas right at the beginning of the game, and I can't imagine the economies are similar at all. Relic gold is pretty similar, as the Viper did lose control of those relics towards the end, but this is the problem. The Berber, 17,000, 16,000 more resources than his opponent. This is a problem. Gold, okay, decent amount of extra gold, stone, food, and wood. Wow, okay. This is the issue. How much, I was going to say how much gold is left on the map. 9 conversions to 4, 25 raisings to 8. So on the whole, yeah, our Berber just pressing in, and how much gold is left? Oh my goodness, they mined out the entire map, 0 gold. And a Saracen with 0 gold is like a fire with no oxygen, as I mentioned earlier, especially when the base has just been breached. The Viper made no attempt right from the beginning of the game to fully wall his base in, whereas our Berber at least has the remnants. Like when you go to Rome and you see those ancient structures, the aqueducts, the roads, the walls, everything kind of half built, because obviously it's been like 2,000 years since they built it. This is what the Berber base is like. There's some, you can take a little picnic here along these palisade walls that have existed for 50 minutes, which in Age of Empires time is about, 2,000, 2,500 years. What is the exact calculation between Dark Age and Imperial Age? 1500 years? Stoner thoughts galore. In any event, the Berber takes control of the map, and with the map comes the resources. But more importantly, forget the resources, is the denial of resources for our Saracen, who has no villagers on gold, has no gold whatsoever. That Mameluke, as powerful as it is expensive, and stuffing himself just right into the center of the base with these trebs, managing to get rid of those 2 Viper castles and just putting a blanket over the fire of the Saracens. It is Valas, our Berber, who takes the W, but GG to both players.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.